Hello, welcome to Mr. Ma's Maths Crash Course. Today we're going to talk about integration. Before we move on to integration, there are some Trigo identities we need to know. Sine square plus cosine square equal to 1. And cosine 2 theta equal to 2 cosine square theta minus 1 or 1 minus 2 sine square theta. And of course, we need to know some basic integration like integrate secant square theta equal to tangent theta because differentiate tangent theta is secant square theta. Or integrate secant theta tangent theta equal to secant theta because differentiate secant theta equal to secant theta tangent theta. Today we are talking about some Trigo integration. If we want to find integrate 1 over 1 plus sine theta d theta, we can approach this question in many ways. For this fraction, we can both time 1 minus sine theta. So in that case, the top become 1 minus sine theta, the denominator become 1 plus sine theta times 1 minus sine theta. So the denominator is going to be 1 minus sine square theta. So in that sense, we simplify into 1 minus sine theta over cosine square theta. We can use some identities just mentioned before. So in the end, we can split this fraction. 1 over cosine square theta is going to be secant square theta. And sine theta over cosine square theta, you can split into sine theta over cosine theta times 1 over cosine theta. So in the end, it will become integrate secant square theta minus tangent theta, secant theta d theta. So that will be something we're familiar. Final answer will be tangent theta minus secant theta plus c. Okay, c is just arbitrary constant. Now, what happens if I integrate 1 over 1 plus cosine theta d theta? So we can do some compare contrast, right? Now, this case, again, we can apply just now the previous techniques. For example, we can everything times 1 minus cosine theta. You will end up like integrate 1 minus cosine theta over the denominator will be 1 minus cosine square theta. It's going to be sine square theta. So after simplification, you become integrate cosecant theta square minus cotangent theta, cosecant theta d theta. Again, familiar to us, it's going to be minus cotangent theta plus cosecant theta plus c. Now, this is similar to the previous example. Of course, we can approach from the other angle. Because cosine theta, we have double angle formula, right? Because double angle formula got 3 versions, we try to use the version where to eliminate the constant 1. For this case, we should change cosine theta into 2 cosine square half theta minus 1. So in that case, we can cancel the 1. So in the end, integrate 1 over 1 plus cosine theta d theta, it can be simplified into integrate 1 over the denominator just become 2 cosine square half theta d theta. So in that case, I can take out the half constant in front, then it become integrate secant square half theta d theta. Then answer will be just tangent half theta plus c. What about integrate 1 over 1 minus cosine theta d theta? Again, we apply the double angle formula such that we can reduce to 1. So in this case, I will change cosine theta into 1 minus 2 sine square half theta. Apply the same techniques. You will simplify the whole expression into half integrate cosecant square half theta d theta. You just become minus cotangent half theta plus c. So you guys should be familiar with this kind of compare contrast. Thanks for watching.